The United States and Iran may have signed a landmark peace agreement, but questions remain over what happens next. According to Switzerland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, talks between the United States and Iran are still expected to take place on Friday at Bürgenstock. Pakistan and Qatar are also expected to participate as mediators, with discussions focused on how the newly signed agreement will be implemented. However, there are conflicting signals from Tehran. Shortly after the agreement was digitally signed by U.S. President Donald Trump and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, Iranian officials suggested that the planned face-to-face meeting may no longer be necessary. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghai said the Friday meeting had been confirmed until just hours before the signing. But once both presidents agreed to finalize the deal, consideration of the in-person talks was temporarily paused. The agreement itself represents a major diplomatic breakthrough after months of conflict and rising tensions across West Asia. Trump signed the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, following a dinner with French President Emmanuel Macron at the Palace of Versailles near Paris after attending the G7 summit. The 14-point agreement contains several major commitments from both sides. Under the deal, Iran has agreed to dilute its enriched uranium stockpile, addressing one of the key concerns that had fueled tensions between Washington and Tehran. In return, the United States has agreed to provide significant economic relief and ease sanctions that have weighed heavily on Iran's economy. The agreement also calls for an immediate cessation of hostilities across West Asia, including Lebanon. Both sides have additionally committed to extending the current ceasefire for another 60 days. Several economic and security measures form an important part of the deal. These include the removal of the U.S. naval blockade, safe passage for commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, sanctions relief for Iran, and the release of frozen Iranian assets held abroad. One of the most notable provisions is Washington's commitment to facilitate a reconstruction fund worth $300 billion for Iran. The road to this agreement has been turbulent. The conflict escalated on February 28th after talks over Iran's nuclear program stalled and military action followed. The situation quickly spiraled into a broader regional confrontation. Iran responded with attacks targeting facilities linked to the United States and later moved to restrict traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical energy routes. The disruption rattled global markets and raised fears of a wider regional war. Now, with the agreement signed and a ceasefire in place, the focus has shifted from military confrontation to diplomacy. Whether Friday's meeting happens or not, the real challenge lies ahead. Both sides must now turn promises on paper into concrete actions on the ground. The success or failure of that process could determine whether this agreement becomes a lasting peace deal or simply a temporary pause in one of the region's most dangerous conflicts.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.